Well, now to some extraordinary comments from Tory MP Tobias Ellwood, who has, it would appear, praised the Taliban. His role as chair of the influential Defence Select Committee is now under threat after he said Afghanistan had improved since the Taliban retook power in 2021.
All that's happened here since 9/11, this is a very different country in deal. It feels different now that the Taliban have returned to power.
Well, it may be hard to believe, but security has vastly improved, corruption is down, and the opium trade has all but disappeared. Pylons distribute electricity to the cities. Solar panels are now everywhere, powering irrigation pumps, allowing more crops to grow.
It's the music for me, I think. It's the music. Hashtag visit Afghanistan. Yeah, all right, OK. I mean, the Taliban. Where do you even begin, really? Tobias Ellwood has apologised for his comments and has deleted the video from his Twitter feed, but 4 members of the Defence Select Committee have submitted a no-confidence motion, and I am not surprised. I mean, I do really look forward to the number he tries to do where he stood in front of some kind of, like, Chinese industrial complex with smoke billowing into the air as he's saying that this is a good thing for our environment and China have really turned a corner. I'm joined now by Trevor Colt, who served in Afghanistan with the British Army. Trevor, thank you very much. Look, I'm obviously poking a bit of fun there at Tobias Ellwood. I don't know whether or not you find what he says quite funny or whether or not you take it a lot more seriously, frankly.
Well, first of all, Patrick, and to your team, thank you very much for having me on again. I do appreciate it. Do you know, whenever... this morning I woke up to this. I've got a guy. I've got a few guys at the MOD, retired generals, that send me messages. And I spoke to Dave this morning, and a member of your team. And I can't get my head around why Tobias would say such stupid stuff. He's saying there in the video that Afghanistan's safe while wearing a flak jacket, a bulletproof vest. That's how safe. So, hey, the fact that he says that he's praising the Taliban, and I know how dangerous it is out there. There's many veterans. Still suffer from those effects. Now, you've got to remember that Tobias, let's be honest, retired as a captain from the Royal Green Jackets, but his unit was amalgamated into the Rifles Regiment. The Rifles Regiment lost 66 soldiers in Afghanistan, and up until today, over 30 of his members of his unit have taken their lives from suicide, and he's praising the people that put this pressure on his men. I find it utterly disgusting. And Afghanistan's not a safe place. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure he let people know that he was arriving and it was all safe for him to walk around. But it's certainly not safe for us. It's certainly not safe for the locally employed contractors that we had out there that still fear. I mean, you've got to bear in mind the Taliban chased down and killed dozens, if not hundreds, of workers that work with ISAF and the coalition forces. I find it stunning that he says this. This is a guy who basically retired as a captain, who's now a colonel in the reserves, who heads up a brigade called 7-7 Brigade, which job it is to get rid of misinformation and disinformation. But at the same time, Patrick, Tobias Ellwood blocks and gets rid of any veterans who criticise or say anything to fix our veterans community. Here we have a guy who is praising our enemy, at the same time giving away purposely built service accommodation to Taliban, to Iraqis, to Afghans, while our own men and women sleep on the streets. This is a guy, Patrick, in my opinion, should resign as the chair of the Defence Select Committee, as he is no longer representing of our nation and our military assets.
You, at some point, anyway, quite literally looked the Taliban in the eye. Do you believe that there is any chance that they are now a reformed bunch?
Patrick, they went back to the way they are. The answer is no. They went back, you know, we went out there because, well, let's be honest, we went to Afghanistan because of what Saudi Arabia did to America. We didn't go to Saudi Arabia. But yeah, I don't know who worked that out. But so we went to Afghanistan. Our job was to originally destroy the poppy fields. We didn't destroy the poppy fields because that's the Afghans' major income. We couldn't replace it. We were out there basically just looking good in the media, getting destroyed by the Taliban, having no real support. And in the end of the day, not a single person who killed our men and women was prosecuted. Joe Biden then handed them all the military might in the world, left behind our back, and now we're saying how good they are. The Taliban are ruthless killers that murdered many, many people. I remember going on patrol, and not my patrols, but there was patrols where some of our British soldiers were shot in the back by Afghan police.
Well, there you go. That sums it up. And also, what I would say is, if Tobias Ellwood really does believe that, then anybody who comes across the channel in a dinghy saying that they are from Afghanistan, surely we can just send them back, because according to Tobias, it's a lovely place. In fact, I'm thinking about going there on holiday, by the looks of things. It's certainly not a safe country for women and children. Obviously, it's not safe if you happen to be gay. I dare say it's not safe for anybody who openly criticises the Taliban either. It is a silly thing to have said, I think, and as you said as well, you know, he was wearing what appeared to be a bullet and blast-proof jacket whilst he was saying it, which is not usually the mark of a safe nation, to be fair. I mean, he was a helmet away from the full set. But look, Trevor, thank you very much. I could talk to you all day about this, but I really appreciate your insight in it, and you obviously think that Tobias has misspoken here and should in some way step down. Trevor Colt there, who served in Afghanistan with the British Army. And it's that kind of insight, isn't it? Are we realistically expected to believe that the Taliban has radically reformed, that corruption is down? I mean, some of their major trading partners include China and Russia, who, by the way, moved straight in after sleepy Joe Biden decided to pull everyone out. Donald Trump, you know, all right, say what you like about the guy who wanted to make America great again. Joe Biden absolutely made the Taliban great again. Now, eco-activists tell us that electric cars are the future, but they're not quite as good for the environment as campaigners make out. I will tell you exactly why very, very shortly. Patrick Christie's on.